I'm making this announcement in compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act, being Chapter 231, Public Law 1975, laws of the State of New Jersey. The Planning Board Secretary has prepared a schedule of the meetings of the Planning Board of the Borough of Kenilworth for the year 2026. Has posted a true copy of the schedule on the bulletin board located in the front entrance of Borough Hall. Has mailed true copies of the schedule to the local source in the Star Ledger and maintains a copy of the schedule in Borough Hall. Accordingly, the notice requirements of the Open Public Meeting Act have been satisfied in regard to this meeting. Can everyone please rise to salute the flag? I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Mayor Karlovich? Here. Mr. David?
Here.
Mr. Clementi?
Here.
Mr. Panchina?
Here.
Mr. Mazzio?
Here.
Mr. Ladowdy?
Here.
Mr. Scuderi?
Here.
Mr. Colella?
Here.
And Mr. Demondo?
Here. Okay, we have a quorum to proceed.
Mr. Scarice? I'm sorry, gentlemen.
Got it? Okay, first item on the agenda is approval of the minutes of our January 27th, 2026 meeting. Would someone like to make a motion to approve? Okay, motion made by Mr. Scuderi. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, a second by Mr. Mazzio. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, motion carries. Communications, Madam Secretary?
Yes, Vice Chairman. Recent communication was received from our Planning Board attorney stating that application 25-10 El Chic Enterprises LCC, 530 Monroe Avenue, Kenilworth, which is on the agenda for this evening, is being carried to the March 24th, 2026 Planning Board meeting due to plans not being received in sufficient time for the board professionals to complete their reviews and render comments.
Okay, one correction. You read application 2510?
010?
Right, it's actually application 25007.
Oops, sorry, 007.
Okay, so I don't really see anyone in the audience that might be here for this particular application, but if there are, as you just heard, that application will not be heard this evening. It's going to be carried to our March 24th meeting at 7 p.m. All right, we can move on then. Our next item is a resolution for application 25010, which was a minor subdivision, Boulevard Kenilworth LLC, 252 Boulevard.
Usually
Okay.
the attorney gives an update.
Yeah, Mr. Attorney, are you prepared to kind of give
I'm looking for
a mini update on that?
I don't have the resolution. Yeah, so I'm sorry, I didn't have the resolution in front of me, but do you need me to read the resolution?
No, I don't think you need to read it in its entirety. Just give us a synopsis of what it was.
So the synopsis is that the board did hear an application for the minor subdivision for 252 Boulevard, which is Block 2, Lot 2401. It is to be divided into two lots, a proposed Lot 2402 and Lot 2403. 2402 would be the rear lot. That would be a vacant lot. The concern raised by the board that is addressed in the resolution is whether the future architecturals for that building would comply with the ordinance that is in effect, meaning that there would be differentiation between the neighborhood. That was stipulated to by the applicant that they would comply with that should, when, and if that lot ever does get developed. With regards to the front lot, the existing two-story structure is to remain. That has a pre-existing non-conforming variance of a front setback off of the boulevard where it's supposed to be 25 feet. It is 19.1 feet. They are making no additions or changes to that building. The planner did testify that that setback is in conformity with similar buildings nearby and the structure, and that there would be a hardship if they had to alter that building, because the real resolution of that would be a demolition. So they were seeking a variance, which this board is before this board for that setback. The other issue was a fence on the corner, which they have stipulated that they will comply with taking that down. And they are going to remove the garage in the back and put a new garage in that will conform and therefore satisfy the parking requirements. That is all put forth in the resolution. Again, they were seeking a minor site plan with a C1, C2 variance for the front setback for the lot, proposed lot 24.03 with the existing non-conforming building.
Thank you, Mr. Marco. So would someone who actually heard the application like to make a motion to approve the resolution? Okay. Motion made by Mr. Clementi. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a second by Mayor Karlovic. Roll call.
Mayor Karlovic?
Yes.
Councilman Scarice?
Yes.
Mr. David?
Yes.
Mr. Clementi?
Yes.
Mr. Panchina?
Yes.
Mr. Mazzio?
Yes.
Mr. Ladavi?
Yes.
And Mr. Scuderi?
Yes.
Okay, resolution is passed. I don't know if anyone is in the audience for the applicant, but...
Thank you.
Oh, you were? Okay. You were right, Larry. All right, so at this time, next item on our agenda is public hearing for the amended fourth round housing element and fair share plan.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the board, Gabe Baylor with Harbor Consultants, and I'm here to present the amended fourth round affordable housing plan, and I have a presentation that I will present to the board going over the history of the affordable housing plan as well as the changes related to it. Oh, it's going, okay.
Yeah, it's just slow.
Yeah, gotcha, right. Okay, there we go. All right.
Anyone see that?
Everyone see it?
Pardon me?
I could get that signed just so you can.
Well, I did it with change this slides.
I'll do the best I can.
I'll stand over here and do, like, change the slides. Okay, so yes, good evening, as mentioned, Gabe Baylor with Harbor Consultants. So we're here to present the amended fourth round affordable housing plan. This in terms of real context and history related to I'm sorry. Do it that way then. Okay, so a little backstory and history related to the affordable housing plan. So the state amended the affordable housing regulations in 2025 and provided a deadline for municipalities to submit an affordable housing plan by the end of June, necessary to be in compliance with the state regulations. So what the borough did, our office prepared an affordable housing plan, submitted that in June 2025. In August of 2025, the Fair Share Housing Center filed a challenge. And it wasn't just for your municipality, they filed a challenge for every single municipality in the state, saying that the plans did not provide sufficient affordable housing, they had other mechanisms that they felt that weren't strong enough. So Fair Share Housing Center challenged the plan that was submitted in June of 2025. The borough went into mediation and a settlement agreement was approved on December of 2025. So per the settlement agreement, the borough is to amend their fourth round affordable housing plan with new mechanisms to create more opportunities for affordable housing within the borough. It's weird, it keeps on. Okay. So just in terms of the history, I'll keep on pressing, keeps it going on. The borough did not submit any previous affordable housing plans. So based on the requirements for this affordable housing, the fourth round, it was in total of the prior round obligation, which was from 1987 to 1999, which was 83 affordable housing units. The third round obligation, which was from 1999 to 2025, which is 271 affordable housing units. I apologize, why I just keep on going off.
Page scroll on the right, where it says 310, just hit the arrows there. Maybe, yeah, no, hit the arrows right below that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you hit that,
Yeah, but,
you go to the next page.
Yeah, but just in terms of why it keeps on going on and off, yeah, I don't know why it's going that.
Try to unplug and plug in.
It did the last time we had back to using it too.
Yeah. Oh, so maybe it's a projector?
Well, there's gonna be something wrong with, yeah, like the projector or something, you guys need to call somebody down and check.
Maybe it's the cables.
You
I mean, it's on, yeah, it's on my screen. All right. Well,
Get out.
I'll do the best I can with this. So the third round obligation was 271 units, and the fourth round application was 208 units. So the total affordable housing obligation was 562. And like I said, this is a large number, but the reason why it's large is because the borough did not provide a prior round obligation plan or a third round obligation plan. So the borough is in catch-up mode in terms of providing its affordable housing obligation in terms of compliance with the fourth round regulations and the Fair Share Housing Center. So the June 2025 affordable housing plan as mentioned, the total was 562 units.
Does it make sense for us to follow along?
Yeah, I mean, obviously,
You
for the
want me-
public, we're trying to,
I understand.
yeah,
There is no public.
but it's being televised.
TV.
Maybe it's the public.
Do you want me to try to unplug and plug it from the stage, maybe?
Let me
Let's try something else.
Let's hope it stays. Okay.
Come on.
That's gonna stay.
Nice.
So the previous plan in June 2025, the 562 affordable housing units, the borough was going to, the way in terms of providing, identifying way in terms of providing it, there's a property, do you want me to just kind of just?
It's really
Yeah.
distracting. I can't even.
Yeah, let me just do it. Let me just show you a couple visuals, just in terms of,
Oh, sorry. You wanted to?
yeah, let me show you quick some visuals, and then I'll present it, go over it. This site is the redevelopment site that's to provide 31 units. This is an overlay, there's 4 overlay zones. Just want to show you some visuals of them, and I'll present them in terms of more detail, since this keeps on going on and off. But, so, let me just get the presentations. Okay, apologize about that. Technical So the previous plan in 2025, there was, as mentioned, the requirement was 562 affordable housing units, and that's related to the previous round, third round, the prior round obligation, and the fourth round. So with that plan, you have to identify certain properties that have a realistic opportunity and that are going to be developed. In terms of if there's a redevelopment plan, if there is a redevelopment plan or a plan in place that is set to be approved. And what those properties are called is a realistic development potential. So what was identified was the redevelopment plan for 25 North 26th Street, and that is going to provide for 25 affordable housing units, but you also receive 6 bonus credits. So that will provide a total of 31 units. With that, there's the unmet need of 531, and what that does, you take the affordable housing requirement 562, subtract it from 31, and that provides a requirement of 531. And the previous plan had that mechanisms of North Michigan overlay zone, inclusionary overlay district of Market Street, and an age-restricted overlay zone on the formal national tool site, as well as mandatory set-aside. So that was the previous plan. Fair Share Housing Center said that the borough has to provide more opportunities to create affordable housing. So based on the settlement agreement, what I'm presenting tonight is the 4 overlay zones to provide the realistic opportunity. That is the word that Fair Share Housing Center says in terms of providing an opportunity. Does not mean that this is going to be set in stone and being built. It says you have to put the overlay zoning in place to create an opportunity for potential development that will provide affordable housing. So the first one is the North Michigan overlay zone, and this is a total of 22.71 acres, and is set aside 20 dwelling units an acre. This creates an opportunity for 91 affordable housing units. The next overlay zone to create an opportunity, as mentioned, an opportunity for affordable housing is the Market Street overlay area, and this is a total area of 14.47 acres with the same set aside of 20 dwelling units an acre, and this provides an opportunity for 57 affordable housing units. The third overlay is the West Sumner overlay. This is 12.28 acres, and the same set aside of 20 dwelling units an acre, and this provides the opportunity to create 46 affordable housing units. And the last overlay for mechanisms to provide the opportunity for affordable housing is the Mark Road overlay area, and this is a total of 39.74 acres, and this provides the same set aside of 20 dwelling units an acre, and this provides an opportunity of 159 affordable housing units. Adding that all together adds up to 353. Does not meet the full requirement, but what we said is there's a mandatory set aside for any development for 5 or more units. There's affordable housing set aside, and we said that the potential for these developments in the future that we don't know, we don't identify, it's called a mandatory set aside, that there could be an opportunity from these developments that will be set aside related to affordable housing. So adding that all together provides the affordable housing requirement in terms of the realistic development potential of realistic development potential of 31 units related to the North 26th Street redevelopment plan, and the 531 units for the unmet need, which will be captured in the 4 overlays: the North Michigan Avenue overlay, the Market Street overlay zone, the West Sumner overlay zone, and the Mark Road overlay, as well as the mandatory set aside, which in total, and as per the court agreement that the Fair Share Housing Center agrees to this, will provide the sufficient realistic opportunity for the total of 562 affordable housing units that was determined, as mentioned, by the prior round application, the third round application, and the fourth round application.
You said something about an age restricted on the National Tool property.
That was for the first plan that was submitted.
Well, we changed that plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why you're bringing that up. I was confused me. So that's not part of this?
No.
Okay.
That
I
was.
didn't think so.
No, I
You
just.
mentioned it and I wasn't
No,
unsure.
I was just showing the
Okay.
change in terms,
Oh, okay.
it was
Okay.
showing the change from the June 2025
Okay,
plan
understood.
to
Okay.
this plan.
Okay,
Just
thanks.
showing just in terms of what actually did change.
Okay.
So that was
Got
the previous
confused.
mechanism, but no. The four mechanisms are these four overlay zones
Okay.
and the mandatory set-aside ordinance to, and as mentioned, there's no guarantee this is going to be built. It's
Just creating opportunity.
Exactly, that's the key word, is opportunity.
And this is we're a built-out town, so there was, I remember Mike saying there was a certain amount of number that was really significantly reduced.
We did a vacant land adjustment.
Right, and do you know that number after that vacant land, or?
What was determined for the one property was the redevelopment property on North 26th Street.
Right.
So that was determined as the one property that is going to be developed.
Right,
So
correct.
then after that, the way it's calculated, you have that 31, and the other remaining balance of 531 is called the unmet need. So from that unmet need, you have to create, as mentioned, these mechanisms.
Right, I
these
understand that.
opportunities, Yeah.
There was a number that he said, because we were getting bonus credits for things, and this number of 500 and something was significantly reduced. I guess maybe I'm misunderstanding something.
The unmet need doesn't go away. So it's always there.
Okay.
So no matter what in terms of the reduction, the unmet need is always there. But, the actual number which we said is realistic to happen is that one property on North 26th Street.
So we're just creating overlay zones so that there is opportunity. So we're showing, but they can never, these properties can stay the way they are forever, correct?
Of course, yes. It's an overlay. The underlying zoning is in place.
Just me, I
Yeah,
understand.
and most of the properties are located in industrial zones. So the underlying zoning stays in place. This is just another, called overlay. It's an extra zoning ordinance to provide opportunity. So the underlying zone does not mean it's going to change the landscape of these zones. It's just, as mentioned, opportunity. That's the key word.
Are you done with your presentation?
Yeah. I wish I could present it all.
Yeah, no, I understand. Unfortunately, yeah.
Because I had some maps to visualize,
Yeah.
to show where these areas are.
Right. Which obviously would have been good, but I think you heard us say that we've had the same technical issues for a previous hearing where someone was trying to present, so.
I mentioned it to
Might be the
Laura,
wire.
and she said that she just used it, there wasn't a problem. I said, well, apparently this isn't the first time we're having a problem.
This is our second
So I asked
time,
her to
yeah.
look at it.
Okay, well, thank you.
Because the computer was on my screen, so it wasn't
Yeah.
on and off.
So it seems like whenever someone's doing a presentation, because when we show like maps and stuff during an actual application, I don't remember us having no issues with flickering. So maybe it's when you're presenting with, you're using PowerPoint or,
It's just a PDF.
PDF, yeah, I don't know. But it seems weird. But in any event, apologize to the public that we're not able to provide that on screen. And so I guess at this point, the board can ask questions.
Of course, yeah.
So I don't know, anybody on the board besides the mayor who was asked some, have any questions of...
Yeah, I have a question. Now, just say this is 2026, are we good for 10 years, or when are they going to hit us with round 5? 10 years from...
This is from 2025 to 2035.
So we're
The
good.
fifth round would be 2035. So yes, it would be good for the fourth round plan for 10 years.
And then every 10 years, they're going to hit you another test. In perpetuity, which seems that at some point, I don't know when there's no vacancy.
I don't know where at.
All right, at least we're not 5 years out. Also, is there, we wanted a maximum percentage of available to seniors, and it's supposed to be military, it's supposed to be a first preference, that's survived. Still in there?
I mean,
Yeah, that's in the redevelopment
Yes,
plan,
yeah.
for the, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so the zoning just provides.
Gives
the use
veterans first
and
bite
the
at the apple.
density.
Okay.
But in terms of the actual, and in this, in reality, when these developments really come into fruition, take the next place, it will be a redevelopment plan. That's the redevelopment plan will really dictate what's going to be developed, the density, and then that's where you come to the age restricted, first preference for military, and that we all dictated with the redevelopment plan itself.
Anyone else have any questions? No? Okay. Do you require any action on our part then, other than the hearing itself?
It's the planning board.
Other is, you're right.
Yeah, so we, as this is an amended plan, this needs to be approved by the planning board, and then it will go to the mayor and council on March 16th, which will be endorsed, and just kind of a little, the 4 overlay zones, this is the process of that. That was introduced by the mayor and council, and in terms of consistency, I think just put the record for consistency for these overlays. They are consistent with the housing element because they're the priority, they're the mechanism of providing affordable housing. But in terms of the action, the board does have to approve this amended housing element, and then that will be going to the mayor and council on March 16th.
Okay, so Kathy, you have a resolution? Okay. So board members, we do have a resolution in front of us, which I don't think anyone has had a chance to see. Oh, they did, okay. So,
Professionals have any questions?
I don't know, I guess Mika or anything you want to add?
Nothing, thank you.
All right.
Yeah, you guys got this.
All right, well, I don't know that everybody had a chance to look at it, so perhaps I shall read it as quickly as I can. All right, so this, again, is a resolution of the Planning Board of the Borough of Kenilworth adopting an amended 4th round housing element and fair share plan, whereas on March 20th, 2024, Governor Murphy signed into law PL 2024 C.2, which amended the New Jersey Fair Housing Act and established the Affordable Housing Dispute Resolution Program, and whereas in accordance with the amended Fair Housing Act, the borough timely submitted its 4th round housing element and fair share plan to the program for review in June of 2025, and whereas the borough received a challenge to its 4th round plan from Fair Share Housing Center in August of 2025, and whereas the borough went through mediation with the program to resolve Fair Share Housing Center's challenge, which resulted in a mediation agreement being entered into on December 12, 2025. And whereas, as per the FHA and the mediation agreement with FSHC, the borough is required to amend its 4th round plan to include the terms and conditions agreed upon in the mediation agreement. And whereas the borough has prepared an amended 4th round housing element and fair share plan, which is attached here too in Exhibit A, and whereas upon notice duly provided pursuant to NJSA 40:55D-13, the Planning Board held a public hearing on the amended 4th round plan on February 24th, 2026, and whereas the Planning Board determined that the attached amended 4th round plan is consistent with the goals and objectives of the borough's current master plan, and that adoption and implementation of the amended 4th round plan is in the public interest and protects public health and safety and promotes the general welfare. Now therefore be it resolved by the Planning Board of the Borough of Kenilworth, County of Union, State of New Jersey. The Planning Board hereby adopts the borough's amended 4th round housing element and fair share plan attached here too as Exhibit A. Would someone like to make a motion to approve the resolution? Anyone? Okay. I see a motion by Mr. Scuderi. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Ladati. Roll call?
Mayor Karlovic?
Yes.
Mr. David?
Yes.
Councilman Scurries,
Yes.
Mr. Clementi,
Yes.
Mr. Pantina,
Yes.
Mr. Mazzio.
Yes.
Mr. Ladowdy.
Yes.
Mr. Scuderi.
Yes.
Mr. Colella,
Yes.
Mr. Demondo,
Yes.
and Mr. Francoli.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, we're in item 8 of the agenda, which again was the El Chic application, which we've already discussed. So at this time, we are up to comments for the good of the board. Does any board member have any comments? That's next.
Okay, nothing.
Okay. Anybody? All right, seeing no one. Can I have a motion to open the meeting to the public?
Motion.
Okay, motion by Mayor Karlovic. Do I have a second? Second by Mr. Ladowdy. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, the meeting is now open to the public. If anyone out there would like to make public comment, please step forward, state your name and address for the record. Okay, seeing no one, can I have a motion to close the public portion of the meeting?
So moved.
A motion by Mr. Clementi. Do I have a second? Second by Mr. Scuderi. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we'll move on to adjournment. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Motion by Mayor Karlovic. Do I have a second? Second by Mr. Ladowdy. All in favor? Meeting is adjourned. Thank you.